is an outside. If there is a left side to this pen, there has to be a right side. Light, dark, joy, sadness, problem, solution. Every problem, everything comes with its opposite. All right? That's why every positive thought can easily be replaced by its negative opposite. And this is a tendency we have. Somebody says something positive, and how quickly do we go like, yeah, but you know, and then you go into the opposite. That has been our survival mode at a time when danger did lurk in every bush that shook in our environment. But it's just a mindset today. It's just habitual, reactionary, caveman level living consciousness. So even though we are sophisticated and we can think sophisticated thoughts and we can read poems and read philosophy and study science, our subconscious mind still functions on the level of the caveman, reacting to whatever comes in through the senses from the outside, right? So living from the inside out means that you use your imagination and you set an intention for an outcome, a positive outcome for yourself and everyone else involved in that particular story. You set a positive outcome. What would I love to have happen? What would the most amazing thing that I can imagine be as a positive outcome of this negative situation? And you write that down. And it's easy to create that when you have first written down the negative. The situation you are facing, your reality as it is, we have words, we can put it into words and we can put it on paper. And then we create the opposite using simply the law of opposites. And then we move that opposite into our imagination and we give it images. And images then generate feelings. And those feelings, then we say, this is a feeling that I actually really enjoy a lot more than the feeling of frustration, helplessness, and anger. So I'm going to focus using my ability to focus, which is my will, on this positive solution. And this is where faith comes in. You know, most of us say, yeah, we have faith, I believe in. But we only believe in something once we've seen it. Show me first, then I will believe. That's not faith. That's conditional faith. Faith is believing in the unseen before it happens, which then allows it to happen. How much faith do we have in the worst case scenario? Plenty, right? Because it's built on past worst case scenarios. We do that. We create this image and then we decide that this is the truth that we choose. And even though there is no evidence for it, this is what we believe in. And we decide that if we are this person, if this situation were today to already have become a fact, what kind of decisions would we make? How would we live? Well, how would we walk? How would we wake up in the morning feeling with this goal, this intention achieved? And we start living from the end. Living from the end is living from the inside out. Acting, walking, talking like the person who has achieved that goal, who has achieved that level of abundance, freedom, joyfulness, love, relationship, whatever it is. How would that version of you deal with what you're facing today? How would that future version of yourself that is within you, seeking to express and expand through your human experience into your greater version, how would she, if she was here with you today, and she is, how would she react to what is happening around you? it's not an easy shift to make because we are creatures of habit. And whenever we want to shift or change a habitual way of thinking, it requires energy. It requires a lot of mind energy. Your neocortex is working overtime. And by nature, we are mechanisms that are energy saving. That's why we run on automatic. That's why all our reactions are always the same. And we believe, well, this is the person I am. And I'm like this because of all these terrible things that happened to me. The fact is, yes, you are all of that because of the terrible things that happened to you. But every terrible thing that happened to you that causes you pain, frustration, and anger have on the other side the opposite potential and the opposite possibility of expression of empathy, love, lightness, creativity, right? Once they are set free, once they are recognized and you give them form with your mind. We're giving form all the time, just doing it automatically, default mode. And guess what? Those programs that we are running on are long outdated. They were given to us by generations past. That way of thinking is long outdated. Okay. Thank you for your attention and your time. And I will speak to you again soon. I hope that this has given you some food for thought. Bye now.